Good morning, all of you. Today we will discuss about the radio immunoassay. But before starting, first of all, we have to discuss about what is immunoassay. An immunoassay is a test that uses antibody and antigen complexes. An antibody antigen complex is also known as an immune complex. Immuno refers to an immune response that causes the body to generate antibodies. Assay refers to a test. Immunoassay is a test that utilizes immunocomplexing when antibodies and antigens are brought together. And here a brief discussion about the antibodies, antigens, and analytes. Antibody is a protein that is produced by the body in response to an invading or the foreign substance, and antibodies are produced as part of the body's immune response to protect itself. An antigen is the substance that the body is trying to fight off by mounting an immune response. For example, the drug is the antigen that binds to the antibody. An immunogen is a substance that elicits immune response, that is drug protein conjugate. An analyte is anything measured by a laboratory test. An immunoassay testing, the analyte may be either an antibody or an antigen. Immunoassays utilize one or more selected antibodies to detect analytes of interest. The analytes being measured may be that are naturally present in the body, such as thyroid hormone, the body produces but are not typically present, such as cancer antigen, do not naturally occur in the body, such as an abused drug. Structure of antibodies. Here you can see the two chains, that is heavy chain and the light chain. Radioimmunoassay. Radioimmunoassay is an elegant technology in analytical chemistry. Its substance to be analyzed is in very low quantities. In orders of microgram, nanogram, conventional methods like gravimetric and colorimetric method fail. RIA finds extensive application in the assay of many substances which are present in trace amount in blood. History. It is developed in 1959 by Rosalind Yellow and Solomon Burton for measurement of insulin in plasma. It represented the first time that hormone level in the blood count be detected by an in vitro assay. In 1976, Yellow received the Nobel Prize for her and Burson's development of RIA. Now the principle of RIA. The amount of antibody per tube is kept constant. The amount of antigen added is the variable parameter. The added antigen will be distributed between a bound and a free fraction. This distribution is governed by the association constant of the antibody. That is, here you can see the reaction, competitive binding of radio-labeled antigen and unlabeled antigen to a high affinity antibody. The labeled antigen is mixed with the antibody at a concentration that saturates the antigen binding sites of the antibody. As the concentration of the unlabeled antigen increases, more labeled antigen will be replaced from the binding site. The decrease in the amount of radio-labeled antigen bound specific antibody in the presence of the test samples is measured to determine the amount of antigen present in the test sample. In standard condition, the amount of labeled antigen bound to the antibody decreases as the amount of unlabeled antigen increases in sample. Now the types of reagents used in radioimmunoassay are: first, the tracer means a labeled ligand. Second one is a binder, that is antibody. A separation system to separate the bound and free phases, a standard in highly pure form, and a free human antiserum. Now the reagents used are, first of all, the tracer. Tracer can be the beta emitters or the gamma emitters. Here is the brief description about the tracers which are used in the radioimmunoassay. And about here is the detail about the antibodies. It is prepared by injecting the antigen together with ground adjuvant into suitable animal such as guinea pig, rabbit, or goat. A molecule like thyroid hormone, steroid drug are not immunogenic, so they are conjugated to carrier proteins and polymer to make them immunogenic. Now, what kind of separation system is used? It is required because the bound fraction does not precipitate spontaneously at low concentration. Variety of procedures are available. First is physical method and second is chemical method. Filtration, chromatography, electrophoresis, charcoal dextran adsorption method, and in the chemical method it is organic solvents such as ethanol, dioxane, PG, or salts such as sodium, zinc, and ammonium sulfate can be used for the separation. Another one is a solid phase system. And now here's about the analyte which will be used is maybe the drug, protein, hormone, etc. must be in pure form so they can be diluted. Standards are prepared in ligand-free serum. In case of protein hormones, the standard should be prepared preferably with the hormone from the species from which the serum is going to be analyzed. Now, the general procedure, a known quantity of an antigen is made radioactive. This radiolabeled antigen is then mixed with a known amount of antibody for that antigen, and as a result, the two chemically bind to one another. A sample of serum from a patient containing an unknown quantity of that same antigen is added. This causes the unlabeled or the cold antigen from the serum to compete with the radiolabeled antigen for antibody binding sites. As the concentration of cold antigen is increased, more of it binds to the antibody. And by displacing the radiolabeled variant and reduces the ratio of the antibody bound radiolabeled antigen to free radiolabeled antigen. The bound antigens are then separated from the unbound ones. The radioactivity of the free antigen remaining in the supernatant is measured. Separating bound from unbound antigen is crucial. Initially, the method of separation employed was the use of second antibody. Here you can see the flow diagram for the second body. Now, the last one, the advantages of real. Radioimmunoassay is very sensitive technique used to measure concentration of antigen without the need to use a bioassay. It can measure 1 trillionth of a gram of material per milliliter of blood. It is structurally specific as antigen-antibody reaction are highly specific. It is indirect method of analysis. It is a saturation analysis as active reagent added in smaller quantity than that of analyte.